Oh, mercy, so much going on in the news, entertainment. Let's get down to it. Start with Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams is still under guardianship. Her attorney has done an interview with ABC, basically saying she does not have this frontal lobe dementia as claimed by a doctor who assessed her. So it's a matter of who do you believe? The latest assessment by a newer doctor or the doctors from this facility where she resides in New York or wherever she is. She wants out. She does not feel like she has this dementia, frontal lobe, aphasia. Is it just an issue? She has memory loss from drinking a lot of alcohol and doing drugs. I think that's possibly what the issue is. Just memory loss from heavily drinking. And as her attorney said during this interview, you have a lot of people out here on the street that you could pick out, 5, 10, and they've got issues with memory loss and some type of addiction or some type of problem. And that was adequately said. Adequately said. And also dementia, and they're walking around with keys to a door, keys to a car. They're cooking on stoves, and they have no business on their own. And they are not under guardianship. And I think you know exactly what I mean, because you know somebody right now, whether they're mentally handicapped, they're under the influence of alcohol, drugs, schizophrenia, they are on their own, paying bills, living, bad memory, does not need to be confined. And let's just keep it real. She's an adult. If she gets free and decides to go out here and let somebody else handle her money, mishandle her money, she spends her money on whomever, child, family member, that's on her. And I get it. We should be, looking after our elders and looking after people if we care about them. But it is what it is. It's a flip of the coin. Who's going to be there to say, hey, something's going on with this person? Something's going on with this person. Something's not right. Somebody is using and abusing this person. And then the authorities have to step in to say, okay, we're going to assess the situation, adult protective services. But I think it was just the issue of, she was under the influence of alcohol. She cared for her son. There was some hanky business with him spending her card and using it, I think, unwisely. And then all hell broke loose. Bank seized her money, seized her accounts, and the rest is history. So weigh in. Do you think she has this frontal lobe aphasia? I will put that on my community page as a poll after this live. I will also do a short about the content that I'm bringing to you during this live. The next conversation, Sean Puffy Combs and 50 Cent. Ooh, baby, it's a stirring of a pot, is it not? 50 is currently incarcerated in New Jersey. He has a little while to sit still. He was working in the laundry facility. Now he's in the library. So it's just a matter of, why are we still talking about him? He's incarcerated. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's incarcerated. And it's time to let sleeping dogs lie. But we can't. This 50 Cent documentary, The Reckoning, now playing on Netflix if you would like to check it out. How do you feel about the information inside of the documentary? We have his mother, Puffy's mother, saying that the things said about her were not true. She did not abuse her son. She raised him to the best of her ability. She worked several jobs. She did not hit him. There were no wild sex parties. She wants a retraction of this information by Mr. Kirk Burrows that you are inaccurate about your information pertaining to how she raised her son. Homegirl wants you to take it back. Now, Mr. Kirk Burrows, are you going to take it back? Probably. Other people talked as well. We've got an issue about this Biggie Smalls estate being billed money of the services. They are now saying the estate manager is saying that did not happen, that all monies were paid to Bad Boy Entertainment before Biggie died. He was in good standing with them as far as his contracts, and he was also making a profit. You're entitled to believe whatever you want to believe. I don't know what the truth is. I hear that the documentary was done nicely. I've only got bits and pieces from the documentary because I do not have Netflix, but I just wanted your opinion on the information from the documentary. How do you feel about the people who spoke? Do you believe that the documentary was done well? Do you believe the information that the people relayed as far as his security guy, Mr. Kirk Burrows, different people who have given their opinions and their dealings with Sean Puffy Combs? Do you believe what was said in the documentary is accurate? For 50 Cent, some people have been commenting under my videos that they believe this is retribution, this is revenge. Diddy is, 50 is still angry about some woman that he was once dating that ended up with Puffy. Well, let's keep it real. Ain't nobody with Puffy right now. And nobody with him before he even got arrested. So, does it matter? Documentaries were done about P. Diddy months ago. TMZ has a documentary. I believe Peacock has a documentary. So does it really matter who made the documentary? Some people may feel like this is just a jab at a man while he's down. And even Mr. Wayans has something to say. I believe that's Marlon Wayans, if I'm not mistaken. He has something to say that 50 is going to get his karma for kicking a man while he's down. Well, you know, my thing is this. Hold on one second, because I got some nonsense going on in this chat. He put himself in this situation. What are you talking about? Puffy put himself in this situation. Nobody told him to go out here and beat up women, blackmail Cassie, go to her mother to ask for money, which is extortion. Do your homework. Getting other people to go to somebody else's house to tamper with their car, Mr. Kid Cudi's car. Okay? Abuse, abuse, abuse. And then truthfully, behind closed doors, yes, you're entitled to do whatever you want sexually. If the person decides to go along, that is his or her choice. But some may say it was coercion on some occasions, some may not. You know, you're entitled to your opinion. But Puffy has been a bad person, okay? Shooting that girl in that nightclub years ago. Taking no ownership of that. Always seeming to be around drama and GUNS, pow pow. The shooting at the studio in California with his son and some other guy. You entitled to believe that that guy actually went there to get help, which makes no sense. Why would I get shot somewhere and then I'm going to go to the studio to get help? Seems like to me I would be going to the hospital to get aid if I've been shot. Some people do believe he and his son had something to do with that shooting of that guy. See, it's always some drama, trauma, and he seems to find his way out of it. So some would say he's a very lucky guy. So Mr. Wayans, while you're sitting here rooting for Sean Puffy Combs, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. How are you rooting for somebody who has been linked to abusing women, abusing men, sexual assault of children, filming people without their consent, which is against the law in some states? The hell are you talking about? Kicking him while he's down. He put himself down there. All that's happened to Puffy in the past year is his own doing. That's it. I don't know what is going on during this live. All these people coming in this chat with this nonsense. Please go find y'all something to do. I got business to take care of, okay? But seriously, it is time for us to stop coddling people in their nonsense and making excuses for people when they are out here harming other people and doing wrong by other people. We cannot just continue to keep saying, you know, oh, he's really a nice guy. Yeah, he's got some fetishes, but he's a nice guy. Oh, she's really a nice lady, but blah, 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 blah. Hello, bro. All these stories by people who have worked with him. You can scratch the people, the women who say he sexually assaulted them and the men. Let's pretend we haven't heard anything about those people. The people who have worked with him, You want me to believe that all these women and men are disgruntled people who were in the music industry. And we've heard thousands of times how many musicians have been bamboozled, money stolen from them, managers not paying all of their money. And all of a sudden, I'm supposed to believe Sean has been this great music producer and done right by the people who worked with him, for him. Assistants, they've got bad stories. The women he's dating have bad stories. Other people got bad stories about him touching and groping, sexual assault, filming him. And you're gonna say, Mr. Wayans, oh, don't kick him while he's down. As I said, he put himself in this predicament. As far as 50 stirring the pot, if it wasn't 50, it's gonna be somebody else. Do you not get it? If it's not 50, it has been somebody else as far as making the documentaries. Whatever beef those two have between them, that's between them. Is 50 petty? Yeah, he's made petty commentary when it wasn't about Puff Daddy. Come on, let's keep it real. 50 likes to meddle. To me, he's just another version of Donald Trump. He's a black Trump. He likes to talk about things that don't concern him, put his nose in things that don't concern him. He's got something to say about anybody doing this and doing that. And then somebody said recently that, I can't remember who it was, but I mentioned it in a video. They said, 50, you're just like P. Diddy. You abused some woman in your past. Maybe he did. But the point is, every dog will have their day. So whatever 50's done in his past, he'll pay for it if he hasn't already. That's life. That's life. But I don't really care what type of nonsense these two grown-ass men got going on between them. Really, it's just entertainment for everybody else. Because 50 likes attention, Puffy likes attention. So they can go at it while one's locked up and one's walking free. And also 50 wanted to let everybody know why he did the documentary. He wanted Puffy to see it. Please check out my short on that information. He said, I knew he would see it because he locked up. Exactly. Yeah. He picking the scabs off the wound. Okay. You know, you entitled to believe if it's right or wrong, but yeah, he picking the scabs off the wound. But it looks like to me, from all these pictures somebody been taking inside that prison, whomever this person is, he seems like he's quite comfortable. So what are some of you all getting your panties all up in a knot about a Puffy locked up? You all act like somebody just went and threw him on the ground and pulled a George Floyd and then let him up and then took him and threw him inside of jail. Then he went to trial. He had 12 members of a jury. They gave the lowest form of a verdict. What you crying about? They didn't even find him guilty on the other charges of racketeering. So what's all the tears about? That man has committed way more than what the charges were, because he did commit extortion. Cassie told you that in court. The mama told you that out of her own mouth. Yeah, this man blackmailed me wanting money. That's extortion. So I don't understand how them damn jury members couldn't see what he had done. He's a blackmailer. He's a liar. To me, he's a thief. He's a manipulator. He's a con artist. He's like a lot of people who have gotten into power or wealth. They were in the right place at the right time. Either by going to school, getting a degree, having their own money to start a company, a startup, they're using their parents' money to come up, Mr. Blockhead in the White House. It's all the same. You were in the right place at the right time. You were afforded an opportunity and you used it and abused it. That's all. Hello, Zenobia, how are you? He says, and yes, I do believe the people in the documentary are telling the truth. Okay. Okay. Well, there's some disputing about what's in the documentary. Janice Combs has said that she never abused her son. She did not spank her son. She never put her hands on her son. She raised a highly intelligent man who's very talented, blah, 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 blah. You have to read the statement because I ain't about to go through all that. But anyway, she's tooting the horn of her son. And she also says, of course, I have said he is not a perfect person, but he ain't did this, 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 and this. Well, he has done this, 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 and this, Janice, and you know he has. And you're mad because Kirk said he slapped you after that event of those 9 people dying from that stampede from the basketball tournament or whatever. I don't know if Puffy hit her in the face and then called her a bitch, but somebody obviously heard it, allegedly. And Janice is not happy with that comment. But I can tell you one video I was watching a little while ago. It was some type of event where Puffy, he was attending an event on, in front of the cameras, and Janice was standing beside him, and it was just the way she was looking at him. It didn't look motherly, if you get my drift. She was licking her tongue out her mouth and twirl. I was like, what is Heifer, what is you doing? Don't you see these cameras standing right here? What are you doing? So let that sit right there. I don't know what Janice did or did not do while raising her son. I don't know if she had wild sex parties, drug parties, pimps, prostitutes running in and out of her house. I've heard unsavory people were running in and out of her house while raising her son, and perhaps he saw some things he should not have seen, and he picked up some bad habits from Janice and her company. I won't doubt that he has been touched and fondled and prodded. That's why he doesn't have a problem touching, fondling, prodding children and men. And even that mess with that little rod. I still find it strange, this grown-ass man talking about waking up in a bed drugged more than once. Well, if you felt drugged one time, there shouldn't be a second time. And that's why a lot of people have problems with some of these people's testimonies over the years dealing with Bill Cosby and Puffy and other men. You shouldn't have a number 2 story. But we get it. Women have been known to go back to their abusers, hang around their abusers, and other people looking at them like, why you keep going around them? They're not going to change. They ain't going to change. So I guess a person sexually assaults you, drug you, you would stupidly go back around them to get drugged again, to get sexually assaulted again. I know it don't sound good. I get it. But women do have this propensity to go back around their abusers. So what's the difference, I guess, with a woman going back around somebody who she believes sexually assaulted her or knows he sexually assaulted her? But Lil Rod's version is strange to me because he's a man. And I can't see a man being this weak-minded to, one, stay in a house where supposed to pay you for the work you did, producing his album. That's another thing. You with a man who's groping and touching you. He didn't pay you all the money. You're living in the house with him for at least a year. See, none of this sounds right to me. Because this sounds, I don't want to say orchestrated. I just can't see a man allowing a man to put him in this type of situation. You're not dating him, you're not sleeping with him, so it doesn't make any sense. You're in this man's home for a year. You're allowing somebody to grope you, touch you. You're waking up disoriented, naked, feeling like somebody's penetrated you. Okay, at what point did you then get away from him and leave him? See, And what was the last straw for you to leave Sean's house? The second time you woke up drugged and naked in his bed? That just sounds crazy to me. Because I can't see a grown man who is a heterosexual would allow himself to be in the company of a man touching him. There have been some whoop ass going on. Do you all understand what I'm saying? You can't tell me you're just desperate for money. And then you complain later and say you didn't get no damn money. So make it make sense. He's the one person I just can't understand and believe his version. And I'm not saying Sean didn't do these things to him. All I'm saying is you tolerating it as a man. That's where I have the problem. This is usually the behavior of women to keep hanging around the abuser. You know, being talked down to, belittled, even if it ain't no money, clout involved. But you're a grown ass man. So what were you doing before you met Sean? Where were you working? Where were you living? How did you get yourself talked into, hey, come stay at my house for a year? So you go stay in this strange ass man's house, multi-millionaire, billionaire, and he's groping on you, walking around naked and all this old type of foolishness. And you don't even say to him as a man, hey dude, put a towel on, put some clothes on. What the fuck going on here? Him want you to come in the bathroom and talk while he take a shower. You don't know how to stand up for yourself as a man and say, hey, I'll talk to you when you get out your shower. All this crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. But anyway, that's the latest information coming from the entertainment world. Oh yeah, and Puffy said that cease and desist, I believe days before or a day before the documentary aired. As you see, Netflix is standing on the documentary. They aired it anyway. Many people feel like the documentary was well done, well executed. It was not salacious. It was not, done in a bad light. These people were giving allegedly their truth. And in the end, it's like they say, it's who could tell the best story in the best version. Whether it's the truth or not, it's who can tell the best version. And you know that in life, that is true. It's who can sell the best version to the public. And you decide if you believe it or you don't. Just like the people rallying for P. Diddy. You rallying for him because you are like him. You have similar qualities. Yeah, I said that. Because ain't nowhere in the world. All these people got all these wicked, wild ass stories of being set up, going to jail, Shine going to jail for that incident in the nightclub in New York City, black girl getting shot in the face, same incident. Then you got this latest incident, him and his son in the studio, and some guy is lying in the bathroom floor, bloody. Kirk says he threatened him with a bat to get the 25% back. Why would you threaten somebody that you grew up with for 25% of a company? That Janice owns all of the company, allegedly. See, that didn't make no sense. Oh, I'm gonna give it back to you. Well, if you're gonna give it back to me, why you got a baseball bat? Do you believe that version from Mr. Burrows? I don't know. All I'm saying is that's a wild, wild story. I grew up with you, we're friends, I'm in business with you, and one day you approached me with a baseball bat in turn for me to give up my 25% of the company. Now, what type of friendship and business is this? So eventually he said he did because he was fearful for his safety. Some people said he shouldn't have done it. Well, maybe he's not the fighting type, but he should have went toe to toe with Puffy. But then the flip side of that is, who would want to even be around him after this? But then we learned allegedly he still worked in the company after he gave the 25% up. So this man had a way of finessing people, Puffy, blackmailing them, treating them like SHIT, putting his hands on them, and still walk around them like he ain't done nothing. And I don't know why Kirk would still want to work for him, knowing he just approached you with a damn baseball bat. Here, Negro, take your 25% and shove it up your ass. How about that? Do you understand? It doesn't make any sense. Let me help you out, Charlie. Is that better? As I was saying, I would not have continued to work at the company. You come to me with a baseball bat threatening me to give up 25%. I'm done with your ass. I'm done with you. And see, that story to me is similar to all these other people's stories who worked with him. Everybody was holding on for dear life for a damn job at Bad Boy. But yet you still came up short in the end. What did you gain? You didn't gain anything. No dignity, no self-respect, no money, real money. It's always been said he really don't have no talent, Sean. He's a finesser. And there are many people like him. And they work at McDonald's, they're janitors, they're school teachers, they're coaches. They're finessers. Oh, you look pretty today. Oh, you look nice today. And then in an hour, they're cutting you down and shredding you to pieces, cussing you, punching you, dragging you, pulling you by your hair, essaying you, filming you, sexual acts. So I'm gonna say this again to Mr. Wayans. Who the hell is kicking him while he's down? Yeah, we know he's a child of God. We know he act like he's a Christian and believe in God. All that was a performance in court, sir. Come on now, stop this nonsense. Puffy ain't thought about God when he was filming folks naked and they were having sex and doing sex acts. He wasn't talking to God and praying to God when he was dragging Cassie by her in that damn lobby in that hotel vestibule. God only comes in when he knows he's been caught in the act of wrongdoing. Then God comes thumping the Bible in court and praying and acting like you're taking notes and stop all that foolishness. He ain't thought about God when he was popping pills and getting high. Oh, you do know drugs was found in that hotel room when he got arrested. You forgot about that too. Where was God then? Where was God, Allah, Jesus? Just stop it. That's what's wrong with the world now. Everybody is just can't seem to stop upholding foolishness. And when you talk about, beating people up, shooting people, SA, how could you defend that type of behavior? Kicking him while he's down? The hell are you talking about? Sean ain't going away for 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. What newspaper you been reading, Mr. Wayans? He sits in there and keep his nose clean. He'll probably be out in 2 years. Now, there is some information about him being reprimanded or having a cell phone. Whoopee. What they gonna do? Put him in a hole? 10 days, 30 days? Yeah, he'll be back out. Then they said he threw a good Thanksgiving feast for some of the inmates. 1,000 or so inmates. I don't know. Sounds like ass kissing to me. And you can best believe he'll find him a little boy toy in there. He gonna find people wanting to turn favors for him. So they can end up probably getting somebody to put some money on their books. Y'all better wake up because I'm woke. He gonna keep a phone in there and he ain't gonna even have to tell nobody he need a phone. There probably gonna be some people bringing in McDonald's and Burger King and Old Charlie's. You hear what I'm saying? Treating him like he a mob figure. He ain't nobody. I don't know what's wrong with some of you people. You know Queen don't sugarcoat nothing. Who the fuck is Puff Daddy? Nobody. So some of y'all can quit leaving them stupid ass comments under my videos and shorts about he's a billionaire, he's this, he laughing at the people. He laughing at who? Who is Puffy laughing at? That Negro locked up. The hell you talking about? Some of you people sound stupid. He a billionaire. He still got money. What you got? Freedom. Checkmate. Look, free like OJ all day. Say it again, Queen. I'm free like OJ all day. That's what I got. I can walk out that door, come in, out, open windows, turn on air conditioning, heat when I feel like it. Stand in the shower all day. Let the water run and come out and just hear it run. Oh, did you hear what I said? Go in the refrigerator and the cupboards when I want. That's what I got. Freedom. Y'all know how I am. Y'all know I get jiggy, baby. You want to talk to me? A free black woman? What I got? Freedom. Don't nobody care nothing about him having no money and still a billionaire. Oh, let me correct that if I said he's a millionaire. You don't know what that Negro got because he's had to pay lawyers. Not a lawyer, he had to pay lawyers. He's still probably trying to pay on these homes. Although he's renting out his jet that's been bringing in a little bit of money, he still has due bills, Dodo Bird. Due bills, and he's pushing out more money than probably pushing money in because nobody wants to work with him after this. He's incarcerated, so that means he can't make no money. Somebody has to navigate on his behalf, okay? That's that. Yep, Adam, that's your mama. That's who it is. Hey, y'all can't roll with Queen, baby. Just stop trying. What money is he making? He's got children he's still got to feed and pamper and take care of because they ain't walking around here doing nothing productive. When did you last hear that any of his children was doing something productive with their time? You knew that by watching the trial. They were in New York every day. Yeah, because they don't have no real jobs. Everybody else walking by going to their job with their suitcases, and his kids getting off a damn Mercedes bus to go look at their daddy in a shirt and V-neck sweater and some trousers. What type of life is that? Yeah, I said that. What jobs do those kids have? I'll wait because I don't hear anything. And you think he ain't trying to support all them grown ass kids? Them two girls and twins, they grown now. What are they gonna be doing? Going to school, going to university? That's their best bet. Is get an education. Because the boys ain't doing shit. And it looks like to me, they've been walking in the same light. And that was said too in the documentary, was it not? That them boys are kind of frisky. Kind of frisky. And then here come this Missa Hilton. She hollering and screaming that her and Justin are being harassed and stalked and whatever. And folks asking for her to give an interview. She don't want to talk. Heifer, don't nobody care that you want to talk or don't talk. It's a free country. You don't want to give an interview about Puffy? Okay. But now she claiming her and Justin are being harassed. Well, Puffy got money. Let some of y'all tell her he's a billionaire. Well, he can buy you security. Well, Zenobia, I'm sure they were. So call your baby dad. Ring, ring, ring. Ring, ring, ring. Puffy, I need security. I fear for my safety. Call your baby daddy and have him cut you a check and go hire security. Justin, you do the same. What's the problem? They folks are comical. Like I said, I'm not for bullying, I'm not for harassing. And I know how it be. Because somebody might look at this video and say the same damn thing. Ooh, that black lady, she awfully mean up there. No, I'm just telling the truth. Y'all ain't got no problems. Turn the internet off. Thank you. Turn the internet off. And you'd be surprised how nothing will bother you once you turn that internet off. Stop watching YouTube videos. Stop watching posts on Facebook, IG. It'll be as if you never knew Puffy existed. Go hire you a security guy to follow you around in case you feel threatened. Get you a highfalutin security system. Go get your Rottweiler or a German Shepherd or a Pit Bull. Pray he don't chew your damn head off in the meanwhile. You'll be all right. Because Puffy ain't worried about nothing. Now, you know what I thought about? I said, now, with all this stirring up with the reckoning, and everybody thinking Puffy doing so well inside, it would be just his luck somebody stick him with an ice pick. Because you know that can happen to you incarcerated. Could be somebody in there that don't like the crime he has been accused of, crimes. No matter what he was found guilty, innocent of. You might have somebody in there that might say, well, I don't like this fella. You know what happened to Jeffrey Dahmer? He thought he was the devil, and the man who unalived him thought he was an angel. Checkmate. Anything can happen to you locked up. So don't get too comfortable thinking it's gravy for him in there. You can best believe there's a couple of boys in there that don't like Puffy and won't mind doing something to him. But if he's not in there with some hardcore criminals, which I don't think that he is, possibly, they may not want to risk getting more time and getting life. They'll leave him alone. But I'm just saying, he could have a nasty accident in there because it is prison. Bad things do happen to people in prison. Worst case scenario, he don't come out of there breathing. Or we hear some crazy story that he's gotten a female guard pregnant. Or he's dressing in skirts and lipstick in there. Well, we hope they get it, bro. You know, a couple years back, I was watching a documentary about prison life, and there was this black guy who was very muscular, very, buffed up, and he used, younger inmates to be his little mule running around doing errands for him, what you call a little F-boy. Yeah, he was penetrating the men in there, but he was supposedly heterosexual. Now, pay attention to what I'm forward the camera to when he got out of prison. You know, how they go find the people and see how they're living when they get out of prison. Woo, sister. When they went and found he was no longer buffed up. He had that pretty boy hair slicked down short behind his ears with eyeshadow and lipstick on, a tube top and some coochie shorts or coochie skirt. Did you hear what I said? So all that rough and tough and using people and manipulating young men to be mules for you in the prison, when he got out, he became who I guess he always wanted to be, was a she. And when I saw that afterglow, honey, you can say Queen was stunned. I said, shut your mouth, Satan. Look at him, her. That big old buff muscular guy was an itty bitty spider wearing a tube top. Now, you could say he was a homosexual before he got incarcerated. He became a homosexual when he got incarcerated. I'm gonna let that sit right there. Frankly, Sean is where he needs to be. You see, God don't like ugly. And he is there for a reason. No matter the charges, the lesser charges he was found guilty on, Sean knows what he has done, and as 50 said, I think he'll be pleased with the documentary. Yeah, he ain't gonna admit it, that it was well done, and that there is some truth to what the people had to say in the documentary. He's a sicko. And it took these many years for God to say, I got a place for you. You're gonna sit on down and rest because I've given you the opportunity to hop and skip and jump around, and you abuse that free will. See, a lot of people don't really know about how God works. God knew everything before you came here. Your mama, your daddy, your grandparents, all the way back to Abraham. He knew all of that. Do you understand? But the one thing he gives you is free will. So he know what you're gonna do anyway. He just gonna see what you're gonna do. Are you gonna do right or are you gonna do wrong? And Sean doesn't have that willpower to do right. He's a fraud. He's walking around in Gucci slippers and expensive suits, but he's a fraud. He's a sadist, hiding behind expensive cologne and fine clothes and jewelry. So frankly, God said, I got a place for you. You won't be needing those things. That's why he is where he is, okay? And just like some people have said, he gets out, he will go back and do the same damn thing. Because when he was free and he knew that he was being investigated by the federal government, he was steady calling people, trying to bribe them not to testify, not to talk to law enforcement. Dope was in the damn hotel room, pills, all kind of stuff. Does this sound like somebody that cares about their freedom? Oh, that's not including the white boy that took the fall for the dope in the bag on the airplane down in Miami when they were raiding the Miami mansion. He don't care about nobody. And when people don't care, so Misa, Shaniqua, whomever, you can cry all day about, he ain't hit me, he ain't abused me, he ain't bribed me. So what? We don't know if that's true. You still trying to stay in his pocket because he got money. Ain't nobody doing. But what he has done ain't nice. He deserves more time in prison. And if he's done what I think he has done, which is sexual assault, he should never be free. Because those habits don't change. If you talk to any therapist, expert, they will tell you those are the worst type of crimes that can't be turned around. There's no cure for a sexual assaulter. It can't be cured. So if he got out today, he will be going to the dope man, trying to find some pills, some Molly, some X. He will try to find him some Ciroc, some liquor, and try to find him a victim, a willing participant to turn some tricks and cartwheels. What are you confused about? And you know he would. And he gonna do it in there. He gonna get some dope, some homemade wine, a boy toy. He gonna do just what he was doing out here. Free falling. Because he is almost 60 years old and he likes getting high. He likes sex. He likes filming people. He likes controlling people. He likes abusing people. That's not going to change because he's incarcerated. And the one person he called himself calling on while he was in court, he don't care about him. And that's God. He's blasphemous. Exactly, whole life. So for his sake, he better hope he don't have a nasty accident in there. Because you can best believe No matter what some of them other men have done to be incarcerated, you got a few that don't like the nasty things that Sean has done. And it'd be just a shame he ends up on a video and in the shower, hemmed up. That's my commentary. Wendy Williams wants her freedom. New expert says she does not have this front lobe aphasia. True or not true? I think she needs to be let go from the guardianship. You have held her hostage long enough. You've held her money hostage. And as I have said before in my commentary, when this story first broke, I said, let me tell you when they're going to let her go. When there is no more money in the bank to pay for the facility, to pay for meds, and to pay that Miss Morrissey, the head knocker, overseer. When there's $1 left in her account, that's when the doors of the church will open and free Williams. I'm woke. Are you woke? As for 50 Cent, if he did this documentary out of spite, revenge, God will take care of him too. As for Puffy, he's being handled. If you're paying attention. Follow me on the Newsbreak app. Check out my community page. I've got a lot of information over there, updates to breaking news. Check out my shorts, my lives. And I want to thank you for your time. God bless all of you. Have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. Be safe while shopping. Be careful what you post. Don't leave things outside, such as boxes, to let people know what you bought. Don't post things online, what you're buying. Be careful in the mall, outside of the mall. Look in all your mirrors and make sure you're not being followed, hemmed up. Don't buy nothing in the parking lot from people. Go during the day if you can. If you're going to go at night, go in groups. Be careful, okay? Because you have some dirty birds out there, porch pirates, and people watching you. And then they also can follow you home from the mall. And don't tell people you're taking any trips out of town. Everybody don't need to know you're getting ready to go to Puerto Rico, Mexico, New York. Get off the internet. Give it a break, okay? Like, share, subscribe. Follow me here and also on the Newsbreak app. And if you'd like to donate to this great network, $Big Angie, 129 Cash App. Stickers and chats are always welcome during the live stream. That's the latest, everybody. I'm going to get out of here so I can enjoy my Christmas season. I've got the big boy screen up here with the videos playing with the jazz, and then it sounds so nice, and the screen is so pretty with the videos of the home and the stockings and Christmas tree, and I'm just trying to enjoy my holiday season. I'm gonna say this to the young people, because older people don't listen very well, because most of us are stuck in our ways. Go to school, get your education, save your money, keep your credit right. Be a leader, not a follower, so you don't end up a news story, a YouTube video. We're all flawed, we all make mistakes, and yes, we can all be redeemed through Jesus Christ Superstar. But you don't want to end up like this Puffy. And you don't even want to be petty like 50, you understand? And you surely don't want to end up like Wendy Williams. Because see, I think that's one thing ain't nobody really paying attention to with these storylines. Karma does have a way of coming home. As someone once told me years ago, whether you believe in God or not, the universe has to get it back, one way or the other. Thank you for your time. You have been listening to the Vault XL.